Guys, this is Jadirah Sarmad. Welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is super duper exciting for me since I will be sharing with you guys my Karachi International Book Fair haul. And for those of you guys who do not know, KIBF is basically a book fair that is held every single year at Expo Center Karachi, and this was their 13th year. And fortunately, I have been to every single one of these, so it was my 13th year as well, which means I've been going since I was like 10, 11. So that's a pretty long time. Now my whole family loves reading. We're all bibliophiles, and in fact we do have a huge library at our own place. So we did some damage at this Karachi International Book Fair as always, and in this particular haul I will be sharing whatever I and my brother got, since we do have similar interests and we do read the same kind of books pretty much, if not all. So I will tell you more about where we shop from and everything as we proceed. So without further ado, let's just jump right in the video. Okay guys, so this year when we went, I just had two books in mind that I really wanted to get. And the first one was actually our very own Noor and Har's The Moon. Noor, for those of you guys who do not know, I'm sure you guys already do know her by the way. She is a huge Instagrammer from Pakistan, and she's known for her poetry and all of her creative work, her art journaling and everything. So when she came out with her own poetry book, I was super pumped and I really wanted to get it, but I have not been able to find it in stores within Pakistan. So I was hoping I would be able to get it at Liberty. However, it was not in stock and sadly I could not get it. So I think I will have to pre-order somehow. I am really looking forward to getting my hands on it because Noor is such a darling. She's one of my friends as well, and I really want to support her. And I just know she's so creative and I love her poetry. So yeah, I really want to get her book. And the other book that I wanted to get is coincidentally also a poetry book. It's by a YouTuber called Gabby Hanna, who was formerly known as The Gabby Show. I really love her, and her book's called Adultolescence. So I wanted to get it myself. It's like illustrated and everything, but again that was not available. So I actually ended up picking the first book from Lily Singh, who's also a YouTuber. So I was into like celebrity and YouTuber books this year. Like I just wanted to get them. I've never been that drawn to them previously. I know these books are not even new, but for some reason this year I just wanted to, read out of curiosity what they have written and everything. So yeah, I first went to Liberty, and Liberty is like my go-to now. They stock pretty much all the latest books and stuff. So that's why first stop was Liberty, and that's where most of the damage happened. So the first book that I got was, as I said, How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh. I am looking forward to reading this. It's quite heavy. I think it's going to be like, in general, a very nice coffee table read. So yeah, this is something that I'm looking forward to. Then another book that I got. Okay, now I'm going to be first sharing all of my, like chiclets and stuff like that. So another book that I got is by Meg Cabot, and this is The Boy Is Back. I just love Meg Cabot's books. They're so good, and they're like such a fun read, really easy to read, but also like I go through them so quickly. So I really enjoy reading her books. Looking forward to reading this one. And then another book that I got was Fangirl. And then I got another book from the same author, which is Carry On. And this is something that I always do. If I pick one book from an author, I do make sure to book a couple more so that, I have a solid opinion about the author and how they write and if I like their work or not. So I usually do buy, more than one book from the same author. And then another book that we have in the shopper, which we have already gone through, is Mrs. Funny Bones by Twinkle Khanna. I've heard some good reviews about it, so yeah, I am hoping for like a good laugh and a good read. Alright, on to our next shopper right here. We have Dan Brown's Origin. Okay, I don't think I have to say anything about it. Oh, John Green came out with another book this year, and this is something that my brother picked, and he was like, I know you love John Green, so get it. Now I have read pretty much all the books by John Green. I think the only one that I don't have is Will Grayson, and my favorite was Looking for Alaska. Let me know in the comment section which is your favorite John Green book. The Fault in My Stars was good, but it was definitely not a favorite for me. And my least favorite was An Abundance of Catherines. Anyways, this one is called Turtles All the Way Down, and yeah. Let me know what is your favorite John Green book. Then another book that also my brother picked, but this is something very, very, very interesting. It's called 365 Days of Wonder, and it contains a quote for every day of the year about courage, friendship, love, and kindness. Oh, and then we have this book right here, which is by Mark Manson, who's basically a huge blogger. He talks about self-help and stuff like that. So this book is called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Don't. Okay, then we have The Old Men and the Sea from Ernest Hemingway. He is a Nobel Prize winner. I mean, come on. Who am I to even say anything about him? And then there's this another book that my brother picked. It's The Communist Manifesto by obviously Karl Marx and Frederick Engels. So that's a must read that I'm looking forward to. Oh, and then we have this George Orwell book, Animal Farm, which again I've heard so many great things about. I can't wait to read this one. And last but not the least, in the shopper we had The Body Language First Impressions book. This is something that I picked, and this was only for 100 rupees. Okay, so Liberty basically had 15% off on all their books, and then they had this section where there were books ranging from 100 to 500 rupees. So I got this from the 100 rupees section, and again I did not know about that section until I was pretty much done with shopping, because the staff there only told me when I reached the counter that, you know, there's a section right adjacent to the counter. He was like, this is where you can get 100 to 500 rupees books, and I was like, now you're telling me. On to another shopper. This is a smaller one. It has some heavier books. So we have a couple of classics right here. One is The Age of Alexander, and then another one is called The Arabian Nights, Tale of 1001 Nights. This is basically volume 2. We did try to look for volume 1, but it was not available, so we just got what was. And with that, we're done with our shopper 3. On to the 4th shopper. Now this has some books that, you know, again my brother picked. We have Sherlock, the definitive Sherlock Holmes. I love Sherlock Holmes stories, so I would be reading that for sure. Then we have J.K. Rowling's Fantastic Beasts, the original screenplay. Now guys, if you know me, okay, I'm just going to say it, don't hate me, I have not read any of the Harry Potter books, and I have a good reason. Because my brother was such a Potterhead all throughout his childhood. He literally forced me to hear every single one of the stories and watch every single one of the movies, that I had this aversion to it. I was like, what the hell, I don't want to listen about it. And he basically tortured me and ruined my childhood with Harry Potter. So I've never come around reading it, but obviously, I mean, I don't hate it or anything. I do plan on reading it someday, but I haven't yet. So this is something that he got. And then Game of Thrones, I know it is so huge at the moment, and I don't have an aversion to it like I did to Harry Potter, but I don't watch Game of Thrones because I want to first read all the books. I'm just like that. I love reading over watching, and I haven't gotten the chance to read it as of yet. So my brother picked up 4 of these. These are pretty darn expensive, by the way, but they're illustrated. So we have 4 volumes right here. Super heavy, super expensive, and I don't know, for some reason they all have like different prices. Like they are all around the 2,000 rupees mark, but some are like 1995 or something, and then others 2100 something. So I don't know why is that so. Maybe because of the number of pages or stuff, since these are illustrated and colored. But I think I will begin with reading these because I think I would enjoy reading these more than the actual books. We do have them. My brother has read them all, and he's a GOD fan. I just take my time in catching up. So these are illustrated, and that's why they're probably so expensive. Anyways, with that, we're done with our 4th shopper, right? Now we took a little break from Liberty and went to Paramount, which is basically a bookstore that we have been visiting even before KIBF, and Paramount has its own book fairs every year around August, September time. Paramount's bookstore is my entire childhood. It brings back so many good memories. We had such a great time going there as kids. My father actually got us into the habit of reading, and this is all I remember. So anyways, we still do always go. They do offer some of the best prices. They had a lot of different, like discounts on. So I think they were ranging from 30% to 50%, a little lesser and a little more as well. So I picked a bunch of books and I'll just show you what I got. So this is our, I think, 5th shopper. Yeah, this is our 5th shopper. And I basically got, okay, it's the first book that I just picked. It's an IELTS book. Get that out of the way. I just have to prepare for it. I gave my TOEFL, but I did not give IELTS, so I will be giving it soon, I guess. We'll see. Okay, the first books that I picked at Paramount were these 3 books, and they are actually Rabindranath Tagore's poetry books, which have been translated into English. I'm sure you guys already know who Rabindranath Tagore is. He was like a super famous Bengali poet. So I've heard a lot about Rabindranath Tagore from my parents, and he is basically a 20th century Nobel Prize winner. And as far as I remember, I think he was the first person to win a Nobel Prize within Asia. So I think that's pretty cool, pretty dope. Another book that we got is again a Sherlock Holmes book, and this is basically a classic version. And then the last book that we have is, this is something that my father picked, but we'll all be reading it, and this is To Light a Candle and Keep It Burning by Ruth Pfau, who just passed away recently. She was such a great lady. So I can't wait to read this book and get even more inspired to do great things like she did. Okay, so that's another one of our shoppers done. Now, like I said, we took a break from Liberty, but towards the end we went again, and this time we went to the magazine section. Oh, and I have a news to share. I had actually picked one more book from Liberty. It was basically Home Fire by Kamala Shamsi, and this book is the one that she has recently released. I think it came out in August. I was really looking forward to reading it. I love Kamala's work, but sadly what happened was my basket was overflowing at that point, and my brother was still looking around for some books. So I had the basket, I put it on the floor, and one of the staff members was like, I can hold it for you on the counter so you can go and shop freely and stuff, because it was really crowded. So it was not a great idea to keep my basket somewhere and then go looking for other stuff. What happened was, I think this book was on the top. It was kind of falling, and I think he picked it up in his hand. He kept the basket on the counter, but I think he forgot that the book belonged in the basket, and I think he put it back somewhere or something. I don't know. I did not see that, but I only realized that once I came home that book is missing. I'm kind of sad about it. Anyways, then we went to Liberty's magazine section, which is right opposite to their main stall. So we picked some books and some magazines and some specials. So the first book that I have here is this World Almanac 2018. It's basically a kid's book by National Geographic, but I've picked this after years. I think I picked the last one in 2010 or something. I don't know. Long time ago. We haven't read this for a while. And I got actually a comic book, like a huge comic special. This is the best of Archie comics, 75 years, 75 stories. So I think this would be a nice read for, when I'm traveling. I'll keep it in my purse. It's quite huge, but I'm ready to commit. And then we picked some specials. Now these are National Geographic magazines, and I think these were super expensive as well. I just think they were, $1,500 a piece. Okay, so this first one is called Secret Societies. The other one that we have here is Wonders of the World. Then we have Greatest Mysteries Revealed, I don't think so. These were on discount. I'm not sure. And then we have Wonders of the Ancient World. So those are that. And then I have 3 more magazines with me. These were 200 rupees each at 80% off. And I basically get these types of magazines for my blog photography projects. So that's everything that I got. I think this haul is super duper long, but I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please make sure that you give me a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Bye.